What's happening, Blebs? We out here with another episode of History of the Eagle Player. Today we've got a pro play game special. We've been through quite a lot of them so far, and now we're up with the A-lister here, the name that's been rising in recent months and years, Mr. Kamal Crooks here. So, how are you doing? First of all, what's up?
I'm pretty good.
So you're the PPG man here for today. Let's just start off with a basic introduction. Tell us who you are, what you do, and why you play this stupid game.
Um, well, obviously I'm Kamal Crooks. I go to school and just play Yu-Gi-Oh. I play the game because like when I was younger, my mom like bought me structure decks, and it was me and my brother. She bought structure decks, and me and my brother always used to play against each other. And then like we stopped, and then a couple years later, my cousin got me and my brother back into the game, and then I started going. That was my first locals.
What year did you start playing
It,
again, like properly?
my first me start playing like I was a casual, but like that year was 2011,
Mm.
and then like I started getting competitive in 2012.
2012. What format would you be playing there?
It was Dino Rabbit, Plants, and then uh, it was Plants with TG Stun going into Dino Rabbit wind up Insector format.
That format would kind of suck.
Yeah, it wasn't that fun. Rabbit, the tour guide was mad expensive. Same thing with like Maxi.
So how old are you?
I'm 18.
Oh, wow, 18. You're young. You're young, my friend.
Yeah.
So you're I mean, you've got quite a bit of credentials to you, right? I mean, how many tops and shit you got
Uh, in general, or this year,
in general?
I have 8 tops.
8 tops. So you want to take us through them one at a time and go from the beginning with the timeline?
Well, sure, that's fine. My first top was 2013 Nationals Dragon Baby Ruler format with spellbooks.
You top with spellbooks?
Uh, yeah, I topped with spellbooks. Um, it was a pretty fun event. Like I started off 7-0. Then I lost to like Heavy Storm round 8, game 1 and 3, and then I went out to round 11, and then I just it didn't at that point like I didn't know about like standings if it mattered or not. Like so like I just didn't play to full extent, and then I got in the top 64 and lost to a mirror match because he played multiple stall halls, and I couldn't get my all my stall halls to win the game.
Oh, spellbook mirror. Was that not just really AIDS?
Yeah,
I heard
it,
I heard it wasn't super fun. Uh,
no,
what'd you do
I
after
think
after Nats?
well then like I was just playing. I didn't go to like any events in 2014. I was just playing like play at regionals, and like I went to YCS Atlanta because I live in Florida. It's pretty close. Um, and then I didn't go to Nats that year. Then 2015, I didn't play YCSs until Nats time, and then I top 16 Nats playing across.
Necros, nice.
Yeah.
Just some standard shit, or was it kind of cool?
Uh, it was. I guess you can call it standard, but like I made hand traps, which people didn't like. Mainly people didn't play that many hand traps. It was just like Maxi, but like I was playing Maxi and Veilers in my main deck, and
What's
like
the
it's just
worlds count in America again? Is it top 8 go to worlds?
in America it's top 6 goes to worlds.
Oh, so they have to like get top 8 and then you play off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I mean, you were like one round away from playing off for Worlds. Like, was that not really disappointing, or were you just kind of
Um.
like, nah, I'm just happy to be here?
It, it's at first it was like I was happy to be there, but like after a while, because like I'm friends with Travis Smith, and he always talks a lot, and isn't it not upsetting because like last year he top 16 and he didn't get to go
Mm,
because he lost to Dyro. But like I got floodgated out of the game. It's but it's Yu-Gi-Oh at the end of the day.
yeah, I guess so. Uh,
And
and then where'd you go from Necros farm? Did you top again after that?
uh no, actually I didn't start topping events until this the Monarch BA format.
Yeah.
Well, my third top was at ARG Charlotte. I was playing BA, and like the new Fire King Cosmos were out, but like that deck wasn't that strong against BA, like because the combo was inconsistent.
Mm.
And then I topped that, lost in top 16 to Jake Finney. He's a really good
Was that the one he
person.
won?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Um,
And then a couple months later, I went to YCS Origins. I top 32 that, losing to Monarchs in top 32. It was a fun event. Uh, I got to like personally meet like Jeff Jones and who else? I don't remember. It's,
the big names at least.
yeah.
Uh,
Um,
and what's been your most recent one?
my most recent one was the I top 16 ALG Invitational, losing to Justin Delhan in top 16.
Mm. What was the most recent Konami event as well?
Most recent Konami event. Um, it was uh Origins, but like I went to YCS Anaheim. I bubbled that. Um,
To Origins, yeah.
yeah, I topped Origins, but like the closest YCS after that I almost topped was YCS Origins.
Oh, okay.
No, Anaheim. YCS Anaheim. I almost topped.
All right. So you got a. I mean, I never really knew who you were actually before like the whole PPG explosion kind of thing and stuff. Started just
Hmm.
like the team got like so big and stuff with all these big names, and then you were at like the forefront for ARGs for the team because you were like you've been at quite a few ARGs now,
Yeah.
um, representing the team. When did you join them?
Well, I joined PPG from like since Machado first started. They had like a small team, but like it wasn't known yet until later on in the last year, I believe. That's when we got more. PPG got more known. But like I started off on the A team, and then like we got more players, and I got pushed down to the B team. So like I didn't get that much. I didn't get noticed that much. And then as of lately, I just got pushed up to the A team.
How do they like decide this stuff?
Decided. I guess like from he doesn't really talk about it like that, but like I assume from playing, like if you're playing a lot, or if you're not playing a lot, or not doing so well, or so on and so forth.
So it's not just a matter of results; it's just dedication and stuff as well.
Hmm.
I see. Um, so I mean, you've basically just been in the team since the beginning. Um, Desmond, I know when I spoke to him on this stream, he mentioned that you definitely earned your way through. Watching you, you were on the team war, weren't you as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some fucking crazy shit with the Bible and stuff. Oh my god,
Yeah, it's a long story about that.
it's a long story. Um, so yeah, you've been doing well with the recent events and stuff, and you're you going to Atlanta.
Yeah, someone wants yes, Atlanta.
So it's got Destiny soldiers, right? Not Destiny soldiers, Fusion
Uh,
soldiers,
Fusion
enforcers, whatever.
Enforcers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got some like thoughts for that event, or what have you been considering, and just generally like what's been like your opinion of like the meta change with fucking Zoo coming out and stuff?
Well, uh, since it's like the first week essentially of Zoo being out, like I'm a big fan of Zoo, and like there's so many variants you can play, so it's like more. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not like it's more diverse,
Mm.
and so like and with Fusion Enforcers coming out, it makes a lot of more decks better. Like the it makes the Wind Witch Fusion deck come out, like be an actual thing with like artifacts, and then like you can play Zodiacs with the Fusion Enforcers. The Fusion spell is really good, and the field spell to search the guy. It's a really strong engine. I'm,
Have you had a lot of
I'm not
practice
sure.
with the new shit?
Well, was regular Zodiac, yeah, because like currently I'm playing Infernoid Zodiacs,
Yeah, I mean, so like your
but
most recent top was the you played the it wasn't just pure Inferno, right? I mean, it was you know Zunoid with the
yeah,
whole Kagasuchi thing, because that thing's like just so good. You got where did you place it at regional top eight? Was it?
I finished fourth.
Oh, fourth. Oh, yeah, okay. So yeah, I mean, clearly you know that deck's like really good. I mean, at a PPG regional, I'm gonna assume you're playing against like really good players, like even though it's a regional and stuff. So
Yeah.
I guess the deck's like really strong and stuff. You think you'll be playing that going forward, or you gonna try out the Eidolons, or what
It's
we?
all it's all depending how good the Eidolon engine is,
Mm,
to be honest.
it seems pretty splashable. So
Yeah. No CG tops a lot, I know.
yeah. And Seattle as well is obviously gonna be like it's gonna be really interesting because of Atlanta like sort of being the first event, and the first event is always like kind of strange for like formats because like it's just like a brand new formats, and all we really have to go by on terms of like meta defining results is just like you know ARGs and regionals, but nothing like huge. So I
Yeah.
mean, if you were to like look at the current decks, I mean, how would you like rank them like before enforcers?
Well, like the most represented deck is the Zodiac Kaijus.
Yeah.
Um, then I assume it's gonna be pure Zodiac, but like I don't think that deck has a way to kill an opponent consistently. So, but how I would rank it would be first Kaiju Zodiacs. It's actually kind of hard to
Do you think
rank any.
Kaiju's is the best deck, and like you still play
Um,
Zunoid?
Not really. I don't think it is the best deck because draw the the games all depend upon going first, and like if you want to go, you make your decks to go first, and with the Zodiac, the Kaiju engine, it just takes away from the going first aspect, and it's good going second, but at the same time, it's not that good because you have to draw the board white because drawing regular Kaijus are not that strong.
Mm.
And I I'm a big fan of the Zoo Inferno deck because of the Void Feast. I think it's called the trap.
Yeah.
It's a searchable gear essentially. So
Yeah, I
like you
mean
don't
that
lose the
trap's
board
really
wipe.
strong. So
You don't lose the board wipes, and you can negate monster effects. And DD Crow right now is like really good. And like the Inferno engine is just it's really good at outing boards. So
yeah, definitely. Um, have you looked much at the new idol and stuff? Have you actually properly like sat down to test it? Because I know like people on your team, like Hoban for example, just says like he literally doesn't like read the cards until it like comes out. So do you like play online prior to practice, or do you just kind of like just read on the websites, or do you just wait for it to really come out before you start testing?
uh, I look on websites and then like I just solitaire on Yugipedia mainly. because like Dueling Network's gone. I used to play Dueling Network a lot.
What do you use to solitaire?
Yugipedia.
Yugipedia?
Yeah, it's an app that you
Oh,
can
right,
download
yeah. Oh, so you
and
can just
just
like build a deck
test
there and
hand.
just do test hands?
Yeah.
Can you play them out?
Um. Yeah, I just always play out to see what the best board I can do.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I never actually heard of that.
Um.
So, moving a
What?
little away from the current formats and shit. You obviously started out when you were pretty young at this game and stuff. Uh, Looking at the game itself and how it's like changed over the years and how you've like developed as a player. What are some of like the like biggest mistakes you made that you feel like a lot of people could learn from?
Um. I feel like asking questions is a big part of the game. So like, you can talk to play like talking to other players to see that thought upon card choices. That's what I used. That's what I did, and it helped me improve a lot, to be honest. And like, I always used to play test with my. I always play test with my friends for hours upon hours.
Mm. And you
And
you you think like playtesting, so that's one thing as well that I was gonna ask about. Like, a lot of people like playtest like very differently from one another, and and a lot of people will say they playtest, but really all they're kind of just doing is just playing games, which is like learning the decks, but it's not like testing, if you know what I mean. So like,
well,
how is there a specific like thing that you do for testing, or?
like for I'm just gonna use as an example for YCS Atlanta this past year. Me and a bunch of our friends, or my friends, we play tested 4 Power Pepe, and then like we tested like different variants, and then we try to see which like is the strongest variant, which is more consistent, and like we came to a conclusion that the clowns, the perform mages, wasn't as good as in the deck as than just like regular performer pals for like guiding Ariande, because like guiding Ariande added traps, and the only problem with guiding Ariande was wavering eyes because you can't stop it, but you can play, actually you can, but it's not that you have to draw a Draco face off. And like I almost topped that event. I got 35th finishing X2. But like a bunch of my other, like three of my other friends topped that event with the same deck. We
Okay. What was the reasoning for cutting the mages though? Because like surely plush fire is just the nuts.
Yeah, plus fire is the nuts, but it didn't like it wasn't good by itself, and like you had to, well, the deck is mad consistent anyways, but like there's more hands you can brick with the clowns than without the clowns. Because the only way you're winning the games in the mirror is seeing sorcerer. So like we play multiple copies, like perform about second donkey, and
Yeah, so you could
like
just like set up a scale and then normal it and then search Sork and pop the scales, go from there.
yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Um, Going back another format to a Necros format. That was a format that was like very. I would say it's probably the least diverse or like unique thing, because like Necros never really evolved too much compared to most meta decks in the history of the game. They like Necros just sort of always kind of just had a standard list. But you mentioned you played like a whole bunch of hand traps and stuff. And looking back on that,
Yeah.
do you think you made like the right choices with that deck, or?
Uh, yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. The only losses I had when I went to Nats that year was uh, I got floodgated out, and it was like I lost a spell canceller that was BA, and like I lost the top 16 to BA.
Okay.
But like I played 7 to 8 mirrors, and I didn't lose one because of playing Maxis and Baylor.
And then the national final was a BA mirror match. So, do you think you played
Yeah.
the wrong deck?
Uh, no, I feel like I could have. If I went back, I should have just gone first in my top 16 match. It could have probably went differently. Cause like I lost to Chase Cunningham and I made him go first, game 3, and he just spell canceled and voted out.
So you were blinding second against well, you weren't blinding, I guess, but
Yeah,
you were always just going second, even against like BA and stuff. I don't think
yeah,
anyone ever really did go like first with Necros, right? I mean, I don't think that was a thing with the deck.
yeah.
Going back as well further, Dragon Ruler format is an important format for you because that's like where you got like your first like major top and stuff, like nationals and shit. What were some things and some problems you had there? What do you think are some of the things that you learned from and things that you would change up?
Um, I don't think I would change anything in that format. I felt like my deck was pretty solid. I just was unfortunate in top 64. He just saw more cards than I did.
Saw more what? Sorry.
He saw more cards. Like his tower stayed up on the board, draw more cards,
Mm.
and like his monster was always bigger than mine because he had multiple star halls, and I didn't.
What was your trap lineup like for spellbooks?
Um, I played compulsory, like multiple compulsives, and I played Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warnings. Uh, I'm pretty sure Solemn Warning was at 2. So I played 2 Warnings, Solemn Judgment, double compulse.
Did you play like Wing Blast or Mirror Force, or I know some people played that kind of
Um,
stuff.
I played 1 Phoenix, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so spellbooks. I mean, kind of like that format in itself is just a little bit like unique because I mean it's just so like famous for it being like one of potentially like the only real like tier 0 formats ever was like just having like Dragon Rulers being the best deck, and then spellbooks were just made to beat Dragon Rulers, but they were the best at beating Dragon Rulers, and then you had like Evil Swarm, but like this wasn't really too much of a thing. I mean, do you think it was a good format?
Yeah, I thought the format was fine. It was,
But even as a spellbook player?
yeah, but well, like, I wasn't a player for like the whole format. I was playing Dragon Rulers since they came out, and then I was just testing against my friend, and he was playing spellbooks, and I was playing dragons. And like, it didn't even matter if I went first or that he was always winning the game. So like, I just figured out that I should just be playing spellbooks because like it can win against dragons going second even when they have a board. Hello. Hello.
Oh, sorry, shit, I had my mic muted for a sec. Yeah, so that format was like kind of weird because I mean, I don't really know too much about it, but like, I just as a plain devil's advocate, I mean, was it not just like really just shit as a spellbook player for the most part? Because you have like the Dragon of the Mirror was like good, for the most part, but obviously Maxi was like huge, and sometimes you can just lose to like just your opponent having more Maxis. That happened a lot, or seeing more rejuves and shit like that. Spellbook Mirror, like I mean, Judgment was just really kind of cancer, and then like Dragon Ruler versus Spellbooks, it was just like, well, let me just put up Jaugen with fucking what's the thing that protects it from Blaster? I can't even remember.
Uh, there's no card to stop it from Blaster, but like you can start protect it from like Dark Hole or from it being attacked over with Spellbook of Faith.
Yeah, so I mean you could like Fate to like protect it and stuff, and then like you had Evil Swarm in there as well, which was just like hey, Dragon Rulers can't like play anything, and then they just like use Dress on their Ophion if you have Blaster. So it was
Yeah.
Do you really think it's as good as people make out?
What, Evil Swarms?
No, just like that format. Like with
The
all
format
these.
was it was okay. Well, I I don't think Dragon Rulers is the best deck of all time because how the game is now is just like everything's a lot faster than Dragons.
Mm. All right. Evil Storm format. Also the what's it called? In Necros format, did you only ever play Necros?
Uh, yeah, I was only in a crossplay. I didn't
Oh,
play
okay.
anything else.
Did you try like the Towers Turbo thing that like came around for a bit?
Uh, no, I haven't.
You know what I'm talking about,
But
right?
yeah, with Wavering Eyes and the Trapless, it was Trapless Clifford
Mm.
and Into the Void.
Also, see when you're thinking about all these formats and stuff, like you played obviously in a lot of them. What's the like best one that you feel like that you participated in?
Uh, I'm a big fan of the Necross format because it was really skilled games. The only problem was like mistake, shared right. Other than that, it was pretty fun.
Yeah. Um, so for your technical playing stuff, like learning to like be good and shit, like uh, how do you think that like came about? Like, did you learn from someone specific? Did you just like practice a lot, realize yourself? What are
Uh,
some mistakes that you did playing the game?
well, when I was younger, like in the beginning, like 2012, I I just thought, well, my first time winning locals, I scrubbed out. So like I just made it a determination to just try to do better in tournaments. And then I went on YouTube to see like more players play, and then the locals I was at before Pro Play Games exist was like Bratz, and there was a bunch of like name known players like from Team Nexus back in the day when they had teams, and I just got to meet those people, and I started talking to them a lot more often, and then they asked, can I play them, and it got to points where like it was like four people on one side, and then I was on the other side just playing, learning what they do, so I can figure out what I should be doing,
Mm.
and just act. And I always ask questions to see if like I messed up or not, or like if this was better, or and I always talked about card choices,
About what choices?
card choices.
Hmm. Having like team battles and stuff is I guess that was a thing more for that time, but team shit's coming back now. What do you think about all
Yeah,
the team wars and stuff that's going on with? I mean, ARG's mostly in charge of that shit over there, um, but you know maybe Konami will take heed for that. Do you think teams are
it,
like a good way to like progress game, or do you think that players should sort of just like kind of learn this stuff on their own?
I think teams improve, like make the game more fun, and it makes it like it makes people get together. So and how like ARG's doing teams, like I'm a fan of it with like point system, but uh, I just don't like how they have to play it out because like they should. I feel like if one player's team loses, the person that wins on the other side should continue playing, like I am at in style, instead of like, oh, this person won, then the next two players sit down and play.
Do you prefer
But
the Iron Man
team,
approach?
yeah,
Okay. Any reason?
um, it takes longer, but like it gives. I don't think it's fair to a team that if one player wins and the other the other players lose, the one player that wins, I feel like he should have another chance of keep on winning for his team.
Yeah. Okay. Um, Also, going on about your kind of like views of the game and stuff. Um, you've experienced a lot of ban lists in your time. A lot of ban lists been around, and some more favorable than others. Do you like how the ban lists are run by Konami, or do you think that they should go back to certain approaches, or do you think it's fine now?
Um, I feel like they should go back how they used to when they on on the website where they said the ban list will be out at this like specific date,
Hmm.
because like people like now always have complain about like, oh, we need a ban list and so on and so forth, because like Konami's just not even telling anybody essentially.
On the other hand, do you think the idea of like just letting everything play out and then hitting problem stuff as it like as it comes up is a better approach? Do you think, or
Um, yes and no, because like yes, because it hits the main problematic cards, but at the same time it makes certain cards just become like really stale. Like people are like tired of seeing Kieran right now. Uh, Before it was like Pantheism.
do you play any
Uh,
other card games by any chance? Like something like Magic, for example, they have like rotation. So you think that's a good
well,
idea?
before I used to play Pokemon and Kaijudo.
Never heard
Like
of that
a
one.
couple years back. Kaijudo. You ever heard of Duel Masters from back in the day?
Don't think so. No.
Well, basically, Kaijudo was a remake of Duel Masters, and Pokemon is have rotation. I was fine with that though. It'd be cool if Yu-Gi-Oh had something like that, like rotations, but at the same time they have to reprint some of the old cards because
Oh yeah,
uh
for sure.
or have bigger cards in the sets.
Yeah. Um, what's been like your favorite styles of deck to play? Have you
I love combo decks, to be honest.
to like
Um,
yeah Necros and stuff? Is biggest example.
and but at DDDs for like the 3 weeks it was out, it kind of like had that Necross effect for me because you had multiple plays and so on. Like you had uh, 3 ways of summoning,
Mm.
so it felt like Necross from back in the day. I was really happy with that format. I wish it could have lasted a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean Necros had the clones and stuff as well near the end of the format. That was kind of interesting. Like that format became really kind of cool because Necros players were playing shit like instant fusion with Norden, and then the juggler that you could like use as a Valk kind of thing as well.
Yeah,
Some people were even playing dumb shit like brilliant fusion, so you could like make fucking masquerade and like go for game through Valk and stuff. I mean, yeah, there was a whole bunch of like um, combo related and like innovation near the end. Do you not like trap decks? Have you ever played like a control deck? I guess people would call it.
um, when I first started, I did, but like after a while, no. I think traps are really slow unless they're like engine traps that actually progress the game state.
Do you like paleos?
No, I'm not a big fan of paleo. It's a huge trap deck, but you're not like you can't consistently draw this uh the traps that you always want in your opening hand.
Yeah. What did you play in hat format?
I played Water, and I played like during the end of the format. I played Infernity. Like that was the for that. If I would have won, I would have played Infernity.
Oh yeah, Inferni was a good deck. Good deck. Uh, what do you think about decks like that though? Because
Like Hat.
no, like Inferni, like it was the idea behind it was just like you just go first and like make a big board, set a solemn judgment and two like pops, and then your opponent has to like play through it.
Yeah, like that format. I was no about Infinity. I was a big fan of it because like nobody was playing hand traps because there's subpar or bad, and no deck can really beat Infinity going first, and is uh going second. You just make it side on night against every deck to get rid of traps, unless you're gonna play the grind game, but. Infinity is kind of hard to grind with.
But do you think those decks are like bad for the game?
Yes.
Okay, that was a pretty definite answer.
It's like it's FTKs basically.
Yeah, I
Uh,
guess.
Same thing like about this format. Like Metaphor Yang Zing is basically the new Infinity, just four negations.
Did you ever play that deck? Did you like it?
Uh, I played it for a week or so, but I wasn't a big fan of it. It wasn't as consistent.
It's pretty hard, is it not?
To play it.
Yeah, like it's got like a lot of like decision trees and shit, or is it quite linear?
Um, it's linear when it goes second, but going first, if you just draw the combo and they can't stop it.
Okay. All right, chat. Throw some questions out here, so we can get Kamal to answer them for you. Just anything Yu-Gi-Oh related. I'm sure he'd be cool to like answer for just any subject whatsoever. I think we've been over quite a few topics and stuff, and that like he kind of like has opinions on. So we talked a lot about formats. Obviously we have a record of his like timeline and where he stands in the game and shit. So yeah, I just got a question here for you before we go to the chat. See for your fuck, what was I what was I gonna say? Your Zoonoid deck that you topped the thingy with. It was 40 cards, right?
Yeah, that's a 45 deck.
Yeah. What's your opinion on that from like just because like lawn mowing is like super strong. Like I know Patrick paid like what, like 52 cards or something at the ARG just there. Like do you think that like you'd play more just to take advantage of lawn mowing, or do you just prefer like the consistency that like zoos and infernoids together bring?
Well, at first I was testing the 60 card Zoo Infernoid deck, and it, you can't consistently have a good lawnmower, and I was winning most of my games against regular Zodiacs with just the Void Feast, the Void Trap card with the Zodiac play. So I just put I made it 40 so I can consistently try to hit the Void Banishment into the Void Feast.
Yeah. How come you just didn't max out on Feast? Like just play 3 and 3, just because that card is like just so good. Do you not think like you can
Yeah,
just...
it's good, uh, but like I need to find space for like other cards, and also Feast is you need another Void card to make it good. So
Yeah, I guess that makes
so it
sense.
could be a brick.
Um, so looking at some questions now. Someone says predict the ban list. So I mean, what would you like to see? Because pretty likely we'll get a ban list soon. I mean, we haven't had one since what, like August or something. That's a long time. Um, what would you like to see hit, like, soonish?
Well, I think Karen should be banned because
Karen?
it's yeah.
Okay.
Um, that's the only card oh, Vanny's Emptiness can be banned.
Yeah.
Um, it's like the only card I can see get banned, but like cards to go to one.
What could go to one, sorry?
Uh, no, I'm just thinking for cards that could go to one. Terratop can go to one.
Mm.
Um, Terraforming.
You don't like terraforming?
Well, like it, all the field like a bunch of field spells are broken, and like coming like later on in the other sets with like True Dracos coming out. Uh, just able to search fields like having 6 copies of a field spell in your deck
Hmm.
of like a broken field spell. It's pretty just absurd, I should say.
Yeah. I guess that's one way to look at it. Um,
Um,
anything else?
I think Instant Fusion can go to one, or Norden can be banned.
Okay. Um,
That's pretty much it.
yeah. Alright, next question. Someone says, what happened to Chris LeBlanc?
Uh, he just stopped playing, like stopped traveling, I should say.
Does he still play?
Um, I don't know, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Um, Lexi Mexi 1, I don't know if you know who that is, but they're asking who's the biggest free at PPG?
The biggest free.
Yeah. Free as in, like, not the number.
Yeah, I know he's talking about the freest person on PPG or at PPG.
It says at PPG.
That's just gonna start problems. I don't want to answer that question.
Okay. Have you ever played Dark Synchro?
Dark Synchro?
Yeah, I guess that's like the hand loop thing.
No, I haven't. But like I played against it and I seen it and played it. It's a really cool deck, but like it loses type dimensional barrier.
Yeah, I guess that is true. Um, let's see. What kind of players do you hate to duel against?
Players that I hate to play against.
Not specific players, but like types of players.
Um. Well, I'm a player that like if I'll allow you to take like I'll let takebacks happen, but like I won't allow you to make a play and then see one of my cards and then try to take something back because that's just not right. That's trying to cheat. I don't like slow playing, and that's rule sharks. I'm not a big fan of rule sharks.
Hmm. Someone's asking, what do you think the best deck for Alana is?
For Atlanta,
Yeah.
well, I don't even know yet. To be honest, the fusion, it's something with Zodiacs. To be honest, the fusion stuff.
Yeah, Zoo Eidolon was played in OCG. I'm not too sure how successful it's been, but yeah, it was definitely a thing. Let's see. Someone's asking best deck for Seattle. Don't even know what the best deck for Atlanta is. Never mind Seattle. Yeah, so I think we've done our time here. We've almost hit an hour, so that's good. Good way to send it off here. What are some final thoughts or anything that you want to mention real quick, or something that you maybe thought about that you want to bring up before we go?
Nothing really. Just shout out to Pro Play Games. Best team. That's pretty much it.
Alright. Well, boys, you can catch this on YouTube tomorrow, because I got some shit scheduled tonight, so we can do that by then. Make sure you check this out on YouTube when it does come up, and we will end it here. So thanks everyone for watching, and peace out.